Hi guys! So today we're going to be talking about business cards. Even in this digital age, I still think that business cards are really important. I have lost count of the amount of times that I've been out and about. People have asked what I've done for a living and I've tried to awkwardly explain, giving links that they definitely can't remember, when it would be so much easier to just hand over a business card. Now, most businesses have theirs sent out to be professionally printed by a print shop. However, when you're first starting, costs can be a bit overwhelming and it's great to be able to cut back where you can. That's where being able to print your own business cards at home can be really beneficial. Let's jump in. It's really important that you choose a high quality design and artwork, and also make sure that you are printing on premium cardstock. Paper Cutz has a variety of different thickness cards and finishes which are perfect for business cards. From matte to gloss to silk to satin, there's definitely a finish that you're going to love. Having a thicker GSM also means that they are going to feel great in the hand and they're not going to be too thin or curl up. They will give you that professional finish at a fraction of the cost of sending out to a print shop. Sometimes, even as an established business, I want to try out some new designs for my business cards. Or perhaps I'd like to do a seasonal change up and make some Christmas themed ones. Having to pay a print shop each time that I want to make these changes can soon add up. Being able to print them in-house is perfect for me. So you might be wondering, what if you're not great at design work? That's absolutely fine, because we're going to use Canva, which has not only hundreds of different designs available for business cards, but also has a great logo builder. So if you're starting out completely from scratch, this is the video for you. Let's get started with that logo.
We're going to start by searching in Canva for logos. Once we've found one we like the look of, we're going to click on it and open it up in the workspace. If you look on the left hand side, it will give you lots of different variations. Have a look, you might prefer one of those. After this, we're going to tweak our chosen logo and try to make it fit our business. So for this one, I'm making up a vegan or vegetarian bakery company. So I've obviously gone for a cupcake, and then I've changed all the name and I've added some detailing just to fit in with this mock-up brand. The great thing about Canva is that it's got so many elements and most of them you can tweak the colours to match your branding. Once that's all done, we're going to move on to a new different logo. So I've had a look through and I'm going to look at an alternative for this company. If you use the colour palettes on the design at the top, it allows you to find matching and complementary colours that will change the whole of the design, so you can have a play if you are new to design work. Next, I'm going to come up with a new business. This would be a sewing business. So I've gone and looked at logos and I found one that I liked, but then I wanted to make it a bit more personal. So I've used the palettes to have a look and have a play around with colours, and also they have a text version too. So it's complementary colours and complementary fonts. This is a great tool that Canva has and one that I highly recommend. We're then going to come up with alternatives, and I've used their AI for graphics. I'm not a big fan, to be honest. I much prefer building the graphics from the elements that they already have made. You can just have a play around and add different assets together till you come up with a design that you like.
So Canva really is a great resource. Just look at these 4 logos here that we have created in just a few minutes using a combination of their apps and AI. If I was to be completely picky, their AI graphic builder is not the best. I do also use Midjourney and I much prefer that. It's great for building assets that you want to match to a particular theme or branding, and it is much quicker than obviously hand illustrating, which I also do, but I understand that obviously there are many people that do not have the skill set all the time to do that. So Canva offers a great alternative. The great thing about having all of these already in Canva is that when you go on to build on your branding, such as leaflets, flyers, other promotional items, the logo will already be in there, so you're able to match all of your colour scheme, fonts and everything else so that it all works seamlessly together. So now that we have the logo, I'm going to pick my favourite one and we're going to build a business card based around it.
Back in Canva, I'm searching for business cards, and as you can see, there are hundreds, so I'm using the left-hand panel to filter down the style that I would like for mine. Once I've found one that I like, I'm going to double click it to open it up in the design space so we can start tweaking it to make it work for our brand. I'm going to duplicate the front page because I want these to be double-sided. So now I'm just going through, adding my logo, and Canva have this really useful tool, which is where you can convert a website link to a QR code, which is perfect when you're making business cards and other flyers and stationery for your small business. Now I'm just going to fill it with other elements that I believe would go with this brand, making sure that the colours are in the same similar palette so that it all just looks as if it's been designed as one. Now we're going to move on to the back. I'm going to try and match the font to the original logo and then add some elements in to match this fictitious bakery. Again, the colours are going to be changed so that they're all in the same colour palette, and then I'm going to switch up the contact details at the bottom because I think that having an Instagram link and a website is better than the ones that are already on there.
So now that we've created the back and front of our business cards, it's time to import them into Affinity Designer so that we can lay out the A4 page ready for printing. Affinity Designer does cost to purchase, however they've got a free trial which I will link down below in the description.
In Affinity Designer we're going to make an A4 page that is 300 dpi and the colour profile should be CMYK as that is what is best for printing. We're then going to import in our business cards. We're going to start with making a row of 4 at the top, making sure they are all aligned and then adding those in 2 more rows. Now if we keep these aligned to the bottom and the middle, when we go to duplicate the same on the front, it will match. Now you can see I've drawn a large rectangle here and I am filling it with the background colour of the design. This is a really important step, just in case your printer is slightly off, this will hide any alignment issues when they're cut from the front. So we're doing exactly the same on the front and now we're going to get ready to print. So you need to have your settings as either matte or gloss, highest quality, borderless and A4. Now it's time to print the other side, so we need to rotate the design round so that when these cards are cut, they are up the right way.
So we now have both a gloss and a matte version of our double-sided cards. The next step is to trim. We're going to be working on this side for trimming down, as if you remember, we actually made the background colour on these the same as the design. So if it's slightly out from misalignment when the printer drags it in, it shouldn't show up. If we were to do it on this side, make registration marks and then trim down and we were slightly out, it would definitely show on the reverse. So always start with your strongest colour, trim down and make sure that on the side that you're not going to be trimming, that the background colour matches exactly the same as the design. This just helps to hide any imperfections or misalignment issues. So there we go, we have our single A4 sheets trimmed down into business cards. We have a matte and a gloss. I really prefer the gloss. I love the way the colours pop. The matte's good, it's just slightly more lilac-y than this one, pink. So I am going to say that this one is my favourite. We have talked in the past before about how to choose the right kind of cardstock for your project, because this is a bright and bold, vibrant design. Gloss is definitely the way forward. We have also discussed before how Paper Cutz gloss doesn't feel tacky, it's nice and smooth but your skin doesn't stick to it, so it feels nice in the hand as well. So just to show you what these look like on the back, There you go, and as you can see from the back, they are all perfectly aligned. Excuse the fuzzies here, I haven't completely cleaned up the edges, and in truth, after cutting so many of these for this video, and I also completed an order recently, I need to get a new blade on. So ordinarily, if you are using a guillotine, these will trim down nice and smoothly. There will be no fuzzies. As you can see, it's just a case of cleaning around the edges, and now they are perfect and have gone. So yeah, what do you think? Having this just made in Canva, so we have gone from the graphic. We also used the app to put the QR code on there, added all the elements and then all the contact details too, then printed out onto the Paper Cutz cardstock. I think these have turned out great. It's also perfect if, like me, you happen to leave reprinting your business cards to the last minute. I do this a lot, so it's always good that you can make up your own spare. The only reason I don't make them in-house anymore is because I have too many orders and I can't keep up with it. But these are definitely great for in a pinch, or if I want to switch out for just some seasonal ones for a short run. So the reason I love Paper Cutz is we are going to compare these with a decent cardstock, which is Clairefontaine. I think that's how you pronounce it. So printers will know it's a pretty good cardstock. This is how it has printed. It is a lot duller and the colour is very mauve compared to the pink. This is obviously a lot more mauve than on the matte cardstock as well. And although there's not too much bleed on there, ink bleed, which you can get with cheaper cardstocks, it's just not as crisp. When you compare it to the close-up of the Paper Cutz, it's just a lot more vibrant and it stands out so much better. So this is why cardstock really does matter. And following on from that, I would like to say a great big thank you to today's sponsor, which is obviously Paper Cutz. They have been supporting my channel for the last few months now. I've really enjoyed working with them because they are a business that I have been recommending for over a decade now, long before they knew about my business and my channel, because of their products are fantastic and their customer service is amazing. I'm going to drop links to everything that I've used in the description box down below, so you can check them out for yourself. They also have a special deal on at the moment where if you spend over £29, you get a 10% discount and free delivery. So it's the perfect time to stock up on business card making supplies. I've been using Canva for several years now. If you have any questions whatsoever, please just drop a comment down below or reach out to me on Instagram. I always get back to you. I really hope you've enjoyed today's content. Remember to hit the like button and subscribe as well. I release new videos every Friday and I'm always open to suggestions of video content you would like to see. Thank you so much for watching and I'll catch you next time. Bye!